We used a 4-3-3 formation and asked 5 artificial intelligences to choose the greatest historical player in each position. Now we compare their answers and build the definitive 11 according to AI. Let's start with the head coach. ChatGPT leaned towards Alex Ferguson, relying on the long time he remained at one of the biggest clubs in the world, Manchester United, managing to maintain very good performance across decades. On the other hand, Gemini, Google's AI, chose Rinus Michels, the Dutchman. For his revolutionary tactical vision based on possession, constant movement, and coordinated pressing, he laid the foundations for modern football. Grok, Elon Musk's AI, supported ChatGPT's decision by choosing Alex Ferguson. Meanwhile, LeChat backed Gemini's pick, Rinus Michels. So it all came down to DeepSeek, who chose Alex Ferguson. Alright, we have the leader of this dream team. With that done, let's move on to the goalkeeper. Grok, Elon Musk's AI, voted for Lev Yashin. Maybe you don't know him, but he's the only goalkeeper in football history to win a Ballon d'Or. He was the first to leave his area to intercept passes, organize the defense, and wear gloves, marking a before and after in goalkeeping history. So much so that in 1963, he was named the best player in the world. But of course, there are other legendary goalkeepers like Buffon, Neuer, etc. Still, ChatGPT also voted for Yashin, followed by LeChat, Gemini, and DeepSeek. A total consensus. And it's no surprise. We now have the man between the posts. For center backs, all the AIs agreed on one name. Franz Beckenbauer, the German pioneer of the sweeper role, reading the game ahead of everyone else with vision and technique few defenders have ever had. His leadership on and off the field, and his success as both player and coach, make him a historic figure who changed the concept of central defense. But for the second center back, opinions were divided. Gemini believed Beckenbauer should be partnered by Franco Baresi, the Italian who won everything with Milan, 3 Champions Leagues, 6 Serie A titles, to name a few. Meanwhile, ChatGPT picked Fabio Cannavaro for that position. However, none of them got the final spot, because Grok, LeChat, and DeepSeek all voted for Paolo Maldini, the Italian who played 25 years at the top level with Milan, winning 5 Champions Leagues and 7 Serie A titles. A complete defender. So the center-back pairing is now complete. Paolo Maldini and Beckenbauer. Let us know in the comments if you would have chosen someone else. Now let's go with the fullbacks. ChatGPT and Gemini voted for Roberto Carlos as left back. The Brazilian redefined what it means to be an attacking fullback. His physical power, speed, and especially his insane left foot made him a constant threat going forward. No one hit the ball like he did. He was also a key player in Brazil's 2002 World Cup win and in Real Madrid's golden years. And for that same reason, the rest of the AIs also voted for him. With the left back spot settled, let's go with the right back. That position also had many worthy contenders like Philippe Lahm or Dani Alves. ChatGPT leaned towards Cafu, stating the Brazilian was solid in defense, tireless in attack, and had a winning mentality. He won 2 World Cups, 1994, 2002, and his longevity at clubs like Roma and Milan make him undeniable. And in a unanimous vote, Cafu received all 5 votes, completing our defense in this ideal 11. To balance the team, there will be a defensive midfielder, a central midfielder, and an attacking midfielder. And this is where the AIs disagreed in every position. As defensive midfielder, Grok chose Claude Makélélé, the Frenchman who redefined the role while playing for great teams like Real Madrid and Chelsea, with a very respectable trophy cabinet. ChatGPT agreed, giving the second vote to Makélélé. On the other hand, LeChat proposed Lothar Matthäus, the German leader of the 1990 World Cup winning team and a Ballon d'Or winner, a very complete player. Gemini's vote also went to Matthäus, leaving the decision to DeepSeek, who confirmed his victory. With 3 out of 5 votes, Matthäus joins the AI Dream Team. Now let's go to the creative midfield spot. This one's full of stars. If you ask 5 people, you'll probably get 5 different answers. But let's see who the AIs chose. Starting with Grok, who picked Zinedine Zidane, the Frenchman who won the World Cup, a Euro, a Champions League, and a Ballon d'Or. So it's no surprise Elon Musk's AI went with him. Still, ChatGPT voted for Xavi Hernandez. 17 years at Barcelona, 4 Champions League titles, 2 Euro Cups, and a World Cup. And things got even more interesting when the French AI voted for Johan Cruyff, one of the most influential players in football history. A 3-time Ballon d'Or winner and World Cup runner-up. It all came down to Gemini and DeepSeek, and both voted for the same player, Xavi Hernandez. With 3 out of 5 votes, Xavi joins the team as the greatest central midfielder in history. But before we move on to the goal-scoring forwards, one position remains: the attacking midfielder, the best number 10 in history. So far, the AIs have disagreed quite a bit, but in this case, there was total consensus. With 5 out of 5 votes, the best number 10 in history goes to Diego Maradona. Not a single different vote, and it makes sense. Maradona has always been in the discussion for the greatest player of all time. He won titles with Napoli, Barcelona, and was world champion with Argentina. An impressive career. Only 3 players remain to be chosen: left winger, right winger, and center forward. And for left winger, the player chosen by Gemini surprised me: Johan Cruyff. Yes, his name again, which just shows how great and versatile he was. But calling him the greatest ever in that position feels like a stretch. So much so that ChatGPT disagreed and voted for Cristiano Ronaldo. That one, we all expected. While today he plays more as a center forward, he spent most of his career as a left winger, becoming the all-time top scorer in history. In the Champions League, for Real Madrid, for the Euro, and he's getting close to 1,000 goals in his career. He also won the Euro Cup, 5 Champions Leagues, and 5 Ballon d'Ors. So it wasn't just ChatGPT. Grok, LeChat, and DeepSeek also voted for him. Now CR7 is in the team. Let's move on to right winger. And if on the left wing we had at least 2 different names, here it was indisputable. All AIs chose the same player: Lionel Messi. With over 860 goals in his career, Messi is the most decorated player in history. 4 Champions Leagues, 10 league titles, 2 Copa America, and most importantly, the World Cup with Argentina, for a total of 45 titles. But what will make Messi remembered for centuries is a record likely never to be broken: 8 Ballon d'Ors. And we could talk so much more about these 2 wingers, Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. But now that Messi has secured his spot, let's go to the last position to complete the AI Dream Team, the center forward. This is another position full of legends, but Grok voted for El Fenomeno, Ronaldo Nazario. At just 20 years old, he was already playing for Barcelona. He became the youngest player ever to win the Ballon d'Or. And even after a severe knee injury, he came back at his best in 2002, scoring 8 goals at the World Cup and winning another Ballon d'Or. A true football legend. So it's no surprise Grok chose him for that role. But there are other names that could show up here, like Romario or Lewandowski. Still, ChatGPT voted for someone that could not be left out: Pelé, the only player in football history to win 3 World Cups, scoring in the final of 2 of them. He's the reason the number 10 shirt became the symbol of the team's star. Before that, it was just another number. Football literally changed before and after Pelé. With over 1,000 goals, he changed football history forever. And although he played more as an attacking midfielder, not only ChatGPT, but also LeChat, Gemini, and DeepSeek voted for him, closing the team in style. Would you change any of these players? Let us know in the comments, and if you like the video, give it a like and subscribe so you don't miss anything. I'll see you in the next video.